Welcome to the DorkLair Live. This is not really the podcast. This is an in-betweener, and we're here to talk about the May the 4th, really. I mean, we got a couple other little things on the list, but definitely all about May the 4th and all the crazy Star Wars stuff that was revealed. And get some reactions and see what's going on. Let's see who's in the chat. Let's start it off with let's get the recent pickups banner. Let's see who's in the chat and see what's going on over here. So we've got earlier today, all the way back to 6 p.m., Steve D. Beat, who is disappointed about the May the 4th reveals. We got Grail 640. David Clown Baby is in the house. Who else we got? Double Snake 007. That's a great name.
I love it.
Eric's here. What's up, dude? Trevor, what's up, man? Raku Prime. KJ Smith. Welcome, everybody. And Larry, what's going on, man?
Well, I'm going to start out answering Double Snake 007's question. Bill sells the best 6-inch Star Wars figures, which segues nicely into recent pickups. I grabbed a couple of SH figure arts from Bill because I, as many of you know, I'm addicted to them. So I got another, a few weeks ago, I got another R2 and 3PO so I could put them on different parts of the collection. And then I picked up a New Hope Luke because I wanted to be able to display him in the training, the helmet with the little drone. And then I wanted another Vader so I could put him in another pose. But it was a pretty good week of pickups. You know, I wasn't here last week. I was out of town for work. So I came home with lots of goodies to open. I know you don't collect Transformers. I know Chris grabs at one or two things, but any of you guys out there that have looked at this MDLX line, you know, I've talked about how awesome that MDX Optimus Prime is from the Bumblebee movie, but that MDLX line, I'll call it 6-inch scale because the Optimus Prime is about 7.5 inches. The Bumblebee is about 4 inches tall. The Bumblebee came this past week, and guys, honest to goodness, I cannot say enough good things about this figure. If you have any experience with 3.0 products, you know how good it is. And it's like they took all of the awesome quality and engineering, die cast, paint apps, everything else from that 12-inch Optimus Prime, and they shrunk it down to a 4-inch Bumblebee. And it is the things you can do with it. You can do everything with this thing but transform it. I mean, it's incredible. The posability. And then I had a few other things come in from Super7's Thundercats line. The Mumra, which was pre-ordered in January of 2020. It's hard to believe it was that long ago. But it was worth the wait, dude. This thing is a big, chunky, monstrous figure. It looks great. Monkeyan came in. He's incredible as well. Tigra came in. And, you know, these last two of the core team, Tigra and Chitara, look to be disappointments. Tigra just, I don't know, it kind of looked plasticky. It felt cheap. And then the in-hand pictures I've seen of Chitara, definitely not impressive. Cookie Monster eyes. I'm hoping that the actual product that we get is better than that. But those were my pickups for the week. Oh, yeah, and I also got the new Masterpiece, what is it, 53 plus Senator Crosscut. It's the third of the Honda City cars. They did skids in blue and then reboost in red, and then this Senator Crosscut. And it's just a cool little design. It's another of the Takara colors that we never got in the main line. Actually, it was released as part of the some specialty line where they did some repaints, but this is you know, the Masterpiece line. So it's a fun little figure, just like the skids was. But yeah, fun week. But the big thing for the week is if you guys like Transformers, spend the money, get that MDLX line. It's ridiculous. It's definitely worth the price of admission.
It does look great.
Oh man.
For me, I finally got some stuff. So I picked up my my Nemo came in from the Mezco Nemo that was but I got it at Dorkside Toys, weirdly. They had it. Like, it was a weird thing because I wasn't going to get it. And then, like, opportunities kept presenting themselves for, like, retail price. And finally, I was like, okay, this is a message. I need to get this figure. So I got that. I haven't even opened it yet, but that came in. And the thing I'm more excited about right now is this set came in. So here's the little samurai, lone wolf and cub Grogu, and then Mando is phenomenal. Looks so nice.
You put up a pretty sweet picture of that. That blue filter that you used, or that blue light you used on it, looked really, really good.
Yeah, I love blue light on silver. I just love the look. And he's got the jetpack there. I know.
Now, do you have the Boba Fett and Django as well?
Yes.
I thought you did.
Yes. The only one I don't have is the white, like, like the prototype boba. I don't have that one. I had it and I ended up selling it. Just a lot of bobas, and that one was worth a bit, so I was able to recoup some cash on that. Cool. But yeah, this is sweet. Oh, it's got the little cart with the.
That's awesome. Little roll along cram.
Yep, and it's expensive. I think it's like the retail price is like $140, but there's deals out there. Like I think it's like $120 on GameStop on sale, and there will be sales. So keep an eye out. It's a great figure. It's an awesome line. I think it's like an underrated line. Of course, they haven't really been making a lot of figures lately. This is the second one in as many years. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they'll come back and start putting out some more stuff. But I think for me, that's pretty much it. I did want to before we get into some really a lot of Star Wars talk, I want to mention some Mythic Legions, and that is that the Legions Con tickets are finally on sale. We've already known the date for months now, but tickets are on sale at legionscon.com. I bought my tickets today, There's one ticket for the 2 days. You just buy the one ticket and you're good to go. If you're going one day, you still buy the one ticket. So,
you're gonna drive down to that, or is that a flight for you?
I'm gonna drive, and I booked a hotel room. It's about 4 hours. Last time I did it, it was a down and up. Or actually, the last 2 times I did it, I went down and then drove right back up the same day. It's tough. It's tough.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's coming. I mean, that's 6 months away. Like it feels like a long time, but 6 months goes quick.
Yeah. Braku Prime said that he had picked his tickets up. I forgot we didn't mention this. He said he got some heads from Legion Shop. Did you end up picking anything up from that? I looked, but didn't see anything I wanted. Did you end up getting anything?
I didn't grab anything from that particular sale. No. I just have like a backlog of stuff I need to paint. So yeah, I haven't I didn't really have the extra cash to buy painted stuff right now. So yeah, let's go through some comments here.
Pretty to look at though.
Yeah. It's a great browse. And that is pretty much what Legions Con is all about. Like you go to Legions Con and you're just browsing tables and tables and tables of tons of awesome custom stuff. Let's see. Oh, the corn. Yeah. So speaking of Mythic Legions, Trevor's in the chat. On Monday, on Trevor's show, the Legions Lounge, we had Cornboy from 4 Horsemen Studios on there, and it's an excellent conversation. Cool. And I'm obviously biased being on the show, but it was a lot of fun, and we just touched on a lot of really interesting and fun topics. So check that one out on 16 Shooters YouTube channel. Go subscribe and check out that interview. It was a lot of fun.
You guys would have booted me from that because I wouldn't have stopped asking Masters of the Universe questions.
Let's see what else. 130 with taxes on GameStop. Yeah, I mean it's gonna, but at least it's not 140 plus tax.
No, and I think we know what to expect when this kind of stuff comes out from these premium lines, and it's been coming long enough that neither the price nor the quality or anything like that are a mystery. So at least it's not a matter of caveat emptor, where it's not a buyer beware. We know what we're getting. We've done it before. So if you pulled the trigger before, you have no problem doing it again. At least I don't. Over and over and over.
Fatmatic is saying his is expected from Amazon on 5/23, and I can't remember if this was
Amazon or Amazon Japan. Was it on domestic Amazon?
It might have been on domestic Amazon. I mean, it was sold at numerous domestic sites.
Okay, I didn't know it.
And I can't remember if it was Hassan who said it or somebody else, but somebody was saying that Amazon was like, they called and they said like they were holding them back and shipping them on May the 4th or something like that, or they were holding them back to ship after, or I don't know. There's something weird about like a sort of a street date for like internet sites to be like shipping them out, but I don't know. But yeah, so moving right along here. Let me pull down the banner. And pull up the generic banner for now. So, and pull this down. I did want to talk briefly about a couple things. So, May the 4th was yesterday. Larry, did you see anything interesting beyond maybe what we're going to talk in the news?
I mean, we're going to cover what I liked in the news. There's one thing that I think you don't have in there, but I'm sure we'll talk about it, was that Darth Vader cosplay helmet. I've never purchased anything like that, but the quality of this thing is so nice. I mean, just everything about it. It's a 3-part helmet, so it's as it should be. It's just gorgeous. I'm leaning really hard. I mean, you know, I'll drop $130 on a 6-inch figure, but I'm going to have to debate about a helmet. But even if I never put it on, it will still make an awesome display piece. So I'm probably going to wind up picking that up. That was my big thing. And the other thing that I did notice that I wouldn't pick up, but I thought was cool, was the Obi-Wan Kenobi, that power, I think it's Power Effects, the premium line lightsaber.
Force Effects.
Yeah, that was it. And what I thought was really cool was the way they have it set up now, so you can unscrew the tip, take the blade off, and then they have a separate tip to screw on, so it looks like a deactivated lightsaber. It's good for display. I really thought that was a nice looking piece. And had they thrown a Vader up like that, you know, I might be agonizing over 2 things that I don't really need.
You can get the lightsaber to go with the helmet. What was the price on the helmet? I didn't even look.
I think it was $138.
Oh, that's not bad, because they're usually $100, and with that being a more complex helmet, like
I think I kept the I don't, it's not in the screen captures I have. I know it's up on Hasbro Pulse. I'm pretty sure it was 138. Something like that.
And they do a good job on the helmets, pretty much. Like, I have the Kylo Ren. I like it. I have it for a costume, pretty much. And I've just heard nothing but praise from a lot of people about a lot of their helmets. So, was it a new version of the helmet? Oh, did they do a Vader before? I'm not sure, but this one's in multiple parts.
Yeah, this is a new version. I mean, it's completely, they said on the thing, it's like completely new top to bottom. It's decorated inside and out to the point where the view that Anakin has in Revenge of the Sith, where they're lowering the helmet and you're seeing it. I mean, all of that detail is in there. It's absolutely just a gorgeous piece, and has a voice modulator in the whole deal.
Yeah, it's awesome. What did I see? Did I see anything interesting? There were some sales. I didn't partake in any of the sales. I feel like that Zavi sale that was like a week ago was like the big one for me. It was like, I forget, $150 worth of vintage collection for $50. And that felt like that felt like my big get for May the 4th.
Yeah.
And you know, places had free shipping or 10% discount, or you know, deals that are not out of the ordinary for like any given random week. So not super impressed with many of the deals that were going around.
I really kind of hung back on that stuff, on sales and stuff, just because there's so much stuff that's coming this month. There's still like the Figure Arts Luke for Mandalorian just shipped. There's a Doctor Strange coming. There's a Deadpool coming. There's another masterpiece of some kind coming. I think it's one of the train bots. And then I've got a ton of pre-orders on Big Bad that are supposed to hit in April as well. So I'm just trying to lay back a little bit.
Oh, here's an interesting one. So this is I guess it's a 12 scale.
Hulkbuster.
Yeah, is that an MDLX line? Basically, they have like their Iron Man figures in this sort of 6 or 7 inch scale. That's what that Hulkbuster is. That thing's gonna be sick. It's gonna be a tank.
Yeah, that's gonna be ridiculous.
I mean, there's just always so much stuff shipping, and I want to pick up a couple more 6 scale figures. I haven't pre-ordered the Cisco yet. I haven't even pre-ordered the captain's chair yet. So I'm sort of 2 behind on my pre-orders for the Exo-6 Star Trek stuff too. And then of course it's coming up, I think in about a week. I think it's the 16th for Attack of the Clones. We have the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. We'll be talking a lot about that because of all the Hot Toys releases and a few of the Hasbro ones. But kind of crazy, 20 years. I'm kind of blown away.
It really is. I think back to that, and I can remember that as clear as day. I was a junior at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and it was playing at the theater at a new mall that had just opened. And I had told all of my teachers that I would not be in class that day, and I had told work I would not be working that day or the next day. And I went and I got in line at 8 o'clock in the morning, because you remember it was before we bought tickets online. You had to get in line.
Yep.
And oddly enough, there was a guy from my Spanish class that cut class as well. And he was like one person behind me, but I bought tickets for myself and my 2 roommates and a couple of folks from work. And it was just, I miss that atmosphere, just the fun of sitting online and talking to people and speculating, because again, this was in kind of the infancy of the internet. We didn't have a ton of spoilers. We didn't know what was going on. We were just, everything was, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And, I still maintain that Attack of the Clones is not a bad movie. You just have to watch it with the volume turned off. And George Lucas always said he was a visual filmmaker. It's just, I love George. George is a great ideas guy, but he's not the best director, because he took Natalie Portman and turned her into wood. So, but visually it was an amazing movie. I loved the storyline. I wish it had been performed better, but I really enjoyed the atmosphere. I missed that going, like when Phantom Menace came out, Revenge of the Sith, just sitting in line and talking to other fans. And it was before everything was so divisive and we were all on the same side. But yeah, I can't believe it's been 20 years. That it really makes me feel old.
I know. Yeah. I mean, so I was just out of college at the time, a couple years out actually. And the one thing I remember was that was the first one that was filmed entirely digitally.
Yeah.
It was one of the first movies, like at least one of the first big budget, mainstream blockbuster type movies filmed that way. And I just remember going into it with that mindset and seeing the colors stood out to me, like the colors in that movie, the blues and the reds.
Yeah.
I was like really blown away visually by it. Like you said, it's sort of a very visual movie. I like the genre feel to it. It's got sort of that noir crime.
It was almost a detective story. That's what I thought. Yeah,
totally. It had a cool feel to it. Of course, the acting suffered, especially because of
It was really the Anakin Padme scenes. Everything else I thought was pretty good. I mean, Ewan's incredible. Christopher Lee, come on, the man just opens his mouth and poetry comes out.
Totally.
And then the way they just advanced the character of Palpatine and how he just got, like in episode 1, everybody knew he was Sidious, but the Palpatine character still seemed okay, but like he was getting slimier and you could see the descent, you could see Anakin. And then, when he did angry, Hayden Christensen did angry good. I loved the stuff with the sand people and all that, but it was, just everything about that. Now I'm reminiscing. I'm going to have to go watch it this week.
Yeah, I'm due for like a full-on rewatch. I watched it actually a few weeks back. It's one of the movies that the kids turned on when we were at the ski house one weekend, and I watched a good 2/3 of it, and I like it. I think it's it's a fun watch. It's not the best Star Wars movie, but there's no Star Wars movie I dislike. It's just for you, maybe.
There's nothing that came out prior to 2014 that I dislike.
The voice actor in the animated series gave so much more character to Anakin. Yeah.
I remember after I watched the Clone Wars, because after just watching episode 2, I didn't like Anakin, man. I didn't like him at all.
Yeah.
And then years later, after I watched the Clone Wars, I was like, maybe I need to give this cat another chance. And then I went back and watched episode 2 again. I was like, no, he sucks. The animated version's better.
Yeah, I mean, and he did a lot better in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, yeah.
Revenge of the Sith, I thought it was, a better performance. I personally don't place, I know a lot of people place Revenge of the Sith on this like pedestal of the prequels. I kind of, all three, I'm sort of equal on. In fact, I think the Phantom Menace is my favorite of those, but I will say, like, Hayden's performance in Revenge of the Sith was much improved as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I thought he had a whole lot more opportunity to lean into anger, and that's where him
That's
playing
true.
Anakin is really, he really excels there. So they were playing to his strengths.
Mm-hmm. And the Clone Wars, and to me, another one that really makes the prequels just gel together better. Like, yes, the Clone Wars, but also the book, Darth Plagueis. I know it's not canon, but
it
it's
should
as close
be
as you can get to canon for Legends. It really is. I mean, Lucas had a hand in it. Lucino was writing Tarkin and other stories in canon later, and bringing stuff in from Plagueis. And I highly recommend, even if it feels like you're going back, like go read Darth Plagueis. It's so good, and it just gels everything together. And another one I'm reading right now, listening to the audiobook because it's meant to be an audiobook, is the Dooku Lost, or Dooku Jedi Lost. That's really good. It's his whole story
about him leaving the Order.
Yeah, it's like it's like pretty much his whole life story, and it's told interestingly through Ventress, kind of like discovering like archives of his like journals and things.
Now, is this canon or is this Legends?
Yeah, it's canon. It's fairly
really?
Recent. Yeah,
Okay.
It's maybe two years ago, and it's it's an audio. It's a book, but the audiobook is performed by like a full cast. So it's a highly entertaining audiobook.
So it's not just one person altering their voice every time they change characters.
Yeah, no, there's all
very
different.
cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think I'm about halfway through it.
Nice.
Yeah, and then what was the other thing I was going to bring up? Anything else? Oh yeah, the Kenobi trailer.
Oh, yeah. I thought it looked really good. You know, that initial sneak peek. Here's what I hope they don't do. You know, Hawkeye ended up not being about Hawkeye. Moon Knight, flip a coin. I hope this ends up being about Kenobi. I hope it's not a story about the Inquisitors or a story about this I want it to be Kenobi centric with a good supporting cast. And that's what the trailer looks like. And boy, I'm so excited to have Ewan McGregor back. I absolutely love him as Obi-Wan. And, you know, and having the guy, I can't remember the guy's name, Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
At I mean, having him back and seeing the little shot of Luke pretending he's flying. I mean, it really brought back some nostalgia for me. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, you got Vader powering up all the gear.
That was the best part. You saw him plugging the arm in and the chest thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've heard people fussing about and talking about, well, that they didn't see each other until on the Death Star in New Hope. That's not what he said. He just said when last we met, I was but a learner. Now I'm the master. He didn't say what he was a learner of. Maybe he was learning his suit. Maybe he was learning more about the Sith. Who knows? So
maybe they won't actually meet.
Maybe they won't.
Show, you know?
Maybe they won't. But if they do, I have no issue with that. The only thing is,
I don't either. I no issues.
Only thing is Hayden in that suit, he's not going to be able to be quite as athletic as he was in the duel on Mustafar. So if they do go head to head, not going to be quite that good.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be true to Vader, right? Like he's stuck in that suit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vader, I mentioned it last week. I've been rereading the Charles Soule Vader 2017 run. I got the omnibus. I think I shared that on the podcast last week. It's so good. And it's like all about the Inquisitors. I highly recommend reading that if you're looking to get pumped up. I can't speak.
Was this the first series where the Emperor had all these people lined up that he was trying to replace Vader with? Was that the same series? Because there have been a couple. I've read them all, but there have been, I think we're on volume 3 or 4 now.
So there was the one where he had like the cyborgs.
Yeah.
And that was like the post A New Hope one. That was the first run with Afra and stuff.
So this is post Empire where he's looking for Luke.
No, this is post Revenge of the Sith where he's just becoming Vader.
Okay. And where he hunts down Jocasta Nu.
Yes. Yeah. Which is one of the best. I love that. I love Jocasta Nu in that comic is so good.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, it's the second series here. Oh yeah, so I think I have it in our list. Ewan Mcgregor actually revealed his Black Series figure on Jimmy Kimmel, and that's actually how that got revealed, and that was this morning.
That's
So
cool.
I don't have the pictures of him, but I have a picture of the figure, I think. Yeah, I mean, another thing in there, little tidbits. I think I saw Forlom in there.
Yeah, when
It looked like he was hunting, the way they framed the story. It's like there's a bounty out for Obi-Wan and like there's hunters after him. And it looked like Forlom was hunting him. Who knows exactly what's going on there. A lot of cool ships.
Yeah.
And a lot of
How
Inquisitors.
awesome was the music?
So good. Yeah.
Oh, so good. I love that.
It's going to be awesome. The only thing is 6 episodes, 2 of them are on the first day. So this is only a 5 week. This is a 5-week series and it's done. It's going to be like it's going to probably be like maybe like a 4 to 5 hour movie.
Yeah. I mean, I like that it is limited because it's kind of like the Seinfeld episode with George, leave them on a high note, don't stick around too long. Leave them wanting more. So I would definitely rather be left wanting more. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I can't wait to see Ewan back with the blue saber.
Yeah. And you don't want them stretching, like how much can they stretch this particular story? Like it's a one and done. It's going to be quick.
Yeah.
I noticed that I forget the rating, but it's like 7 years old or something like that. And they said that aside from the Clone Wars, like the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch, this is like the youngest rating they've ever had for, a big production Star Wars thing. So that'll be interesting to see if it's, a little more kid centric, or if it's just like they were able to get the rating because they just didn't have, some particular things going on. Yeah, Zuckus. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, hand-to-hand skills for sure. You saw that in the alleyway there. So he's definitely on a couple planets in this. Cool. All right. So I think that covers our sort of conversation topics here, and we're gonna get into. Let's bring this back up. We're going to get into some news. So we're going to start with Hot Toys. So if you're not into Hot Toys, take a break, come back in 15 minutes or something. But we're going to talk all about these Hot Toys pre-orders. There's 5 figures went for pre-order. Then we're going to get into the Hasbro stuff. And then I do have one little Star Trek tidbit at the end, because I don't know if you're a Star Trek fan out there, but today's a really big day for Star Trek. We have the finale of Picard, and we have the premiere of Strange New Worlds. So it's kind of a big Star Trek day too. But I have one little item that was announced today, so I thought I'd bring it in there. All right, first up, finally a C-3PO in the Hot Toys line. This is, believe it or not, the first one they've done. And it might seem like there's been one, but the other 3POs that you'll see out there in people's collections are probably the Sideshow 3PO or the Tamashii Nation's Chogokin, 12-inch 3PO. So they're doing, for the Attack of the Clones, they have this new line, essentially, the 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones line. The packaging looks similar to the, what did they call it? The Retro Kenner line? Or was that an anniversary line? I forget what that was.
I think it was.
But yeah, like the Vader you have, right? Like that was in the retro packaging.
Yeah.
And so they have this kind of window box type package, and we got 5 new figures. We got 3PO here. Pretty neat that, and let me pull that thing down so we can see the whole picture here. I think it's, there we go. Yeah. And so, pretty cool. He comes with the extra parts that you can swap out to make him look like he is on the Geonosis arena battle, with the head swapped on there, the battle droid head, and then he's holding the blaster. I don't think I have a picture of that loaded. I have a lot of pictures in this slideshow, so I don't have, or a lot of items, so I don't have a lot of pictures for each one. But I mean, the weathering on this looks
really, really good.
Light up eyes, die cast, and they're not just so some of the figures have die cast, like I think maybe Darth Maul's legs do, and IG-11 has some die-cast in there. And they don't advertise them as die-cast because it's not like a lot of die-cast, but like their Iron Man figures are like, it's like a lot of die-cast. Like the whole
they're
figure
heavy.
yeah, and so this is gonna have, I'm sure most of the panels on this thing are gonna be metal. This is gonna be a crazy figure. And 330, like I think we were talking last week, like those Hot Toys Iron Man figures, and those are more complex and complicated, but those are like over $400. So 330 for this, I think, is not that bad. Like this isn't a terrible price in my opinion. Yeah, so it's got some pretty cool things. And then we have R2, and R2, this is the only one that I feel like, oh man, that's a bit of a pill to swallow price wise, but it does come with like a crap load of stuff. I mean, he's got the rocket boosters, and then just pretty much every appendage,
every accessory he's ever had.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot of tooling. That's a lot of like very unique. That's a lot of unique tooling that they can't use anywhere else.
Yeah, and I mean I think a lot of these little bits and pieces were on their deluxe R2, so this is in some ways a little bit of a reissue with some added parts, but yeah, it's a lot of stuff. There's a remote control for the light up, which is really cool. The dome is die cast, and it's $270. So I was kind of like, oh, that's the same price as pretty much most of the standard figures now. So feels like a bit much for R2, but I mean, the last one was probably like $240, or I don't know, it probably wasn't that much, but yeah. So R2 for me, I definitely want to get an R2. I want 3PO too, but I'm gonna hold off. Like I'm gonna hold off on all these, but like if they announce between now and the time I have to pre-order, like between now and release, if they announce a Goldenrod 3PO, I'll probably make a decision between the two. I don't think I would buy both. Unless it's like this one releases and then it's like 2 more years later and then they do it, then I might buy both.
Yeah.
Nate's in the house. What's up, Nate?
What's up, Nate?
All right, so that's R2. And then we go into some Clone Troopers, and we got the classic, clean, shiny Clone Trooper. And this one's kind of deluxe. Like, I mean, it's got the swap out head so that you can make it into the Revenge of the Sith version or the Phase 2 clone. It's got the backpack and 3 different blasters. And I mean, it's a good army builder. The price is $230. So it's tough to army build at that price. Like it'd be cool if they had like a super toned down one, like just a Phase 1, no backpack, no helmet, 1 blaster, 180 or something like that. And then, but you could buy it and then sell those parts probably and get the $40 back or
probably
whatever.
So.
Check the chat here. Yeah. All right. And then we have, this one was pretty surprising to me. They're doing the pilot from Attack of the Clones. So I guess this would be the guy piloting the dropship or the gunship, I mean, right? And then he's got the alternate head from the Clone Wars cartoon. So that's really cool.
That's my favorite part.
Look at this. Yeah. That's a pretty cool one. $5 more. I mean, it's a lot more paint detail going on here, so kind of not surprising at all. Roughly the same amount of stuff, 2 head sculpts and whatnot. Oh, this is two blasters and a missile launcher. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, so that's a missile launcher there, yeah. That's cool. All right, and so then we have the battle droid, and this is something I'm definitely getting. Like
I was going to say, if you don't get the battle droid, I'll run and play in traffic.
I am probably getting all 3 droids, but I'm definitely getting the battle droid. I get R2 in the battle droid and maybe 3PO. And the battle droid actually is, it's probably the least expensive hot toy in a long time. It's $190. I don't know that I'll army build them. Like if I were going to army build battle droids, It would probably be the the beige version, the classic version, but
Yeah.
this is going to
I
be
feel
sweet.
like you need to get at least 2 of these. You have to have one with the droid head and one with the 3PO head.
Right. And it's cool. Like, they're not forcing you to get both figures necessarily. Like, this
Mhm.
comes with the 3PO head, 3PO comes with the droid head.
Yep.
So, they probably could have done that where it's like, show a picture of each with the other swapped head, but don't actually include the head, but they do. It's got it's got the articulation to fold down, and yeah, I'll definitely get one of these at least. Let's see what Trevor's getting. Trevor's getting the battle droid. Maybe 3PO to check it out. It's gonna be an impressive piece. That 3PO is gonna, like, if they don't announce another 3PO by the time it comes out, I'm definitely getting it just to get a die-cast 3PO in hand. That never bought a hot toy, but that R2 does tempt me. Yep. And then just on to a couple little tidbits in the battle droid pictures. We saw a couple teases. So we've got a super battle droid, which they've shown. I have a picture of this later. They've shown it in conventions. And then they also had Mace Windu in there. So we'll see if and when those two go up for pre-order. And then in the clone pilot and in the clone trooper, the regular clone trooper, they had the commander, I think that's the clone commander. And they had it here too. And they had a clone commander I think I have a picture of it. They had one on display, but it was a phase 2. And so then after this event, so this event was yesterday, and then this morning they shared another image of their new, the 20th anniversary logo. I assume that's the branding. Like, I assume we'll see, like Hasbro products with that branding on it. I'm not totally sure, but I think so.
Well, that's what they used on the, back in the day, the Hasbro 3.75 inch cards had a clone trooper face. That was kind of the card.
Yeah, and usually, like, with the anniversaries, they have like a logo that runs across all the different companies. Yeah, all the brands. Yeah. And so we're preparing more collectibles from the Attack of the Clones 20th. Stay tuned on our next wave for this, for the next wave of thrills. So they're coming out with more. We'll see when. I mean, the 16th is the anniversary. I got Celebration on the 26th, 27th, somewhere in there. Of course, you have San Diego Comic-Con this summer. So we'll see, like, what they announce, what they reveal. And I was kind of like going back and wondering what they've teased. I think a while back they teased this Padme. I can't remember how long back this was.
Yeah, that just looks way too baggy.
Yeah, this is definitely a prototype.
Yeah.
And then this was pretty recently. I think this was 2021. They teased the battle droid.
They could get a lot of mileage out of that battle droid. They could do Attack of the Clones packaging and then later on come back and do Mando packaging.
Yep, totally. Yeah, there's a lot of crossover. They're doing, seeing them literally advertise a phase 2 clone head in the box with a phase 1 clone is like, that's something.
That really shocks me that they wouldn't try to double dip and do those as 2 separate releases.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Oh, I agree with you. Just surprising.
Yeah, and you might see a separate phase 2 release with some other kind of like add-ons. So Kit Fisto they showed. Now this is the Revenge of the Sith Kit Fisto. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but he's like totally different aliens in those 2 movies. His head is like pure round. It's like a pure circle in in Attack of the Clones, and this is a much longer face. But he does appear in both movies. So, and then we had the other battle droid they showed a while back, and the phase 2 commander. And then we're moving into other stuff. So, I kind of think this is what would be, because since they showed it so recently, I feel like the super battle droid, and I kind of feel like we're going to see something like Mace Windu, or maybe a reissue of Dooku, or like maybe that Padme, like the one thing that I noticed about the reveals is there's no character, there's characters, but they're all like droids or troopers, right?
Yeah, except for that Mace tease. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. So like, I feel like the next round we're gonna maybe it won't be 5 more. Maybe it'll be like 1, and it'll be like Mace Windu, or a Dooku reissue, or an Anakin, or maybe it's Anakin and Obi-Wan from Attack of the Clones, or something like that. But we'll see. I feel like it's gonna be on the 16th, or maybe San Diego Comic-Con. Let's see here. Army building hot toys. Yeah, I know. I actually do have 2 of something. I have 2 of the Death Watch Mandalorians. So I have technically started army building hot toys. Trevor thinks we'll get Padme and Mace. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, 2 figures they've now teased, and you know, a smaller release, 2 figures instead of 5, which to me is like nuts. Like, I can't believe they did 5 at once for one movie. Like last year during the 4th, I think they might have revealed more figures, but it was spread out a little bit across different properties, like different movies. A lot of Mando stuff, but hard to believe we've never gotten a super battle droid in Black Series, right? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And we're moving on, so we're gonna get into Hasbro now. So this one little thing is a teaser for a retro 6-pack of, you know, just the retro line. They're just packaging them in one thing, I guess. I thought I'd throw that in there.
I want that because I was never able to find the re-release, the retro Darth Vader, and I want that carded Vader.
Oh, there you go. Are these carded in this box, or?
I'm hoping they are. I'm hoping it's like 6 individual carded. I mean, that box is about the right size if they had them, you know, stacked head to tail.
Right.
That would be about the right size. So we'll see.
Yeah. And then, okay. So moving into the Black Series, speaking of, so we got Freegrin Dan in the Black Series. We just got him in the Vintage, and now we got him in the Black Series here. And, Nayland Cheel. I never would have remembered this guy's name, or like, aside from probably this being a figure 20 years ago or something, I would never have known this character's name. But you got
no, the only way you got these names was in that old Tales from Jabba's Palace that
right.
Kevin J. Anderson edited back in the, what was that, the late 90s?
Right.
So even though those stories aren't canon, they kept the names.
Yep. So I guess if you bought one Nayland, and I don't remember how many band members there are, but like maybe like 5 of these, like you could assemble. You know,
I think it's 2 Naylands and 5 Figrins.
Okay.
I think that's how it broke down.
All right.
4 Figrins, 4 or 5.
So 6 or 7.
I think it depends, because I've seen pictures where there were as many as 6 or 7. But if you just try to look at it in the movie, the way they cut around, you really can't see.
Here you go, Larry. They are carded.
They are carded. Thank you. Yep. That was my thought, but I'm glad to have that confirmed.
Nice. 8-bit on that one too. David grabbed 3 Figrins and a Nayland. Don't have room for
that. That's kind of my plan for the Vintage collection. I grabbed 3 Figrins, and I'm hoping they release this guy in Vintage, and I'll grab 2 of him.
Wow, 8. That's a lot.
Good Lord. Okay.
Someone do the math.
Serious.
Someone do the math. I mean, I think he's saying 8 is the number you need to have the full band.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Trevor's now saying
4 times 8. Okay, 7 times 8 is 200. 280 minus what? $7, so $273. $270. Yeah, $73. That's a hot toy, all right. Burn my fingers.
5 to 8 is supposedly acceptable. Max Rebo band, yeah. That'd be cool. Okay, so moving on, we have the security droid from the prison ship episode, I think, maybe. Is that what this is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
On Mando?
Yeah.
It's definitely got like K2SO legs and arms, and then like a unique different kind of torso and head.
Yeah.
Pretty cool looking droid. But you'll notice $25 is the new price.
It just keeps creeping up.
Yeah.
Man, this figure really impressed me. That is a good looking Leia sculpt. They did such a great job with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Interestingly, the boxes have plastic, so I think a lot of the people who were panicking are doing so a little prematurely. I mean, it might be coming because we saw it with the Marvel Legends, but I guess
I
it's not
read
coming yet.
somewhere that they're eventually going to do Black Series the same way. I can't remember the source, so I can't provide any kind of documentation, but I did read that, that Legends are going first. I think that's really going to hurt retail sales, because there are so many instances where I've picked something up at retail and got it home and it had been missing stuff because someone had taken it, stolen something out and returned it, and did a really good job of sealing it. But if you're going to have to buy something, I won't, if I can't look at it, I'm not going to buy it at retail. My days of toy hunting in Target and stuff like that are over. I'll just go online and get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of like online, you're already sort of like buying blind anyways, right?
Right.
Like with the vintage collection, I'll often buy two to make sure one of them's good. To kind of like figure out, maybe I'll keep one carded if the card comes out good, and I'll open the one that's like that the figure looks better.
Yeah, I mean, and that was when I was collecting carded stuff, like the carbonized collection. I was going into the stores to grab those because I wanted to try to grab good cards, but I don't have any motivation to do that now.
Right. Yep. So we'll see what happens with the. I'm really curious to see. I mean, we've already seen some I don't know if it's purely no plastic, but we've seen some non-bubble, like more and more non-bubble vintage collection.
A lot of the
like those deluxe.
I was going to say there's a lot of Transformer stuff that is coming out with no plastic. It's just an open window where, wow, why don't you really encourage people to steal stuff?
Just bring some snips in and get the figure right out of there.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Wicket spear, but still no Wicket. There hasn't been a Wicket, huh? I guess not.
Maybe this is a teaser to let us know he's coming.
Right. I'm sure he is. And their Ewoks have been great in the 6-inch the Black Series stuff. I've really liked them, even though I'm kind of like toning back on 6-inch Star Wars. That I do really appreciate those Ewoks.
Baku Prime makes a good point, and I hope he's right. If this hurts retail sales, maybe they will go back to the. I don't know. But I hope you're right. Because I still, as easy as it is to order online and you can find it and get it and whatever, I still enjoy walking into a store and buying something. Because once in a while you'll walk in, you'll find something. Actually, I'm about to make myself a liar, because that Coronation Star Screen from Studio Series was a closed box all the way around. So they did. Yep, I bought it in store and it turned out fine. So, okay, I guess my bluster and bravado just went out the window. But it's fun to walk into the store.
It doesn't mean it's your
position moving forward. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's fun to walk into a store. You've got something on order on Amazon and it's coming in 2 weeks, and you walk into Target and you see, all right, I get to, grab it early. That's always fun, but it's going to cause me a little bit of hesitation if I know that, I can't look at the product.
Yep. No, I totally hear that. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is being able to see it. And then we have, so they're not all $24.99. So some are $23. We got a clone trooper here. I can't read it. Is it 187th Battalion?
Hang on. Yeah, the 187th.
Okay, from the Clone Wars. Pretty cool looking paint scheme. And then we have the Obi-Wan that was revealed by Obi-Wan on the Jimmy Kimmel show this morning. And I just have the one shot.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, I just have the one shot. I don't have any other shots. I don't think they even showed packaging of it yet, but that goes up for sale, I think, on the 11th, maybe.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident I'll pick this up. Like I pick up very little Black Series. Mainly it's been Mandalorian stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But because I don't know if Figure Arts is going to do anything. We were lucky. We got some cool figure art stuff from the Mandalorian and from Book of Boba Fett, but we don't know what they're going to do with the Obi-Wan show. So I have to have him on the shelf. So I'll definitely pick that up.
Yep. Rick makes a good point that the just it's just a straight up repaint on something they could probably charge less. It's kind of like their army builders, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of army builders, we have
Rich.
the 4-pack of the clone, the basic clones, and I really love this product. I'm not a huge fan of this particular clone sculpt. I do love the I do really like the ARC Troopers they've been doing, but I feel like these clones are a little bit outdated for me. Like
No
they just
ankle rockers.
What's that?
No ankle rockers.
Yeah, there's no ankle rockers. They're very thin, and then do I have another picture? Well, this is an example. Like the helmets are just very large on them. So, hold up. We got a spammer in the chat. Hey, we only got 21 people. Who's spamming our 21 person? Not gonna get very far with that. Okay. So then moving on. So that's the 4-pack, 45. I don't think I have prices on the TVC stuff, but I think this is like $45 or $43. It's on Pulse. They've been on the Disney shop, but I don't know if this one is. I wasn't paying close enough attention. I don't think I was too kind of caught up in all the hot toys, but it's cool. I mean, I love these packs, and I'm waiting for more really cool ones. I don't think I'll get the clones, but I did get the Shore Troopers. I got the Rebel Fleet Troopers. And I got the Storm Troopers. I think I saw somebody with the Shore Troopers in hand, so maybe that's a little early Master of the Hunt there. I think those might be shipping soon, or at least maybe overseas. And then we have the Ahsoka clone. We have the, from season 7, where they paint up their helmets like Ahsoka. We have this is the Super Commando Basic. And then like what they had a couple weeks ago with the horns was the Super Commando Captain or Commander or something like that.
This was one that I saw that I definitely have to have. I really, really love that design. I didn't like it with the horns. I just don't like that, but I would like to have a couple of those on the shelf. Those are really cool.
I mostly got the horns because of I really love the Son of Dathomir comic, and it kind of makes it feel like from there. But I think I ordered 4 of these, 4 or 6. And then we have a redo. It's not even really a redo. I think it's just the face is painted with the new tech. But we have a Attack of the Clones Anakin. I also think this might be the first time this particular one is on a vintage collection card. Last time I think it was a Black Series 4-inch card. And this does look like it has ankle rockers. So I guess maybe the feet are updated as well. But I was trying to look back, and this definitely looks like the same sculpt for the most part as that Black Series one. Yeah, Fatmatic is saying this the skinny legs too. Yeah, it's there. This the proportions overall, the large head and the skinny legs. It's like I don't mind a couple in my collection, but I'm not gonna like army build something that looks like that. I want them to make a new clone. Okay, so then this is, I think, not on every site. Like I think this is, the Gamerverse or what do they call it? I forget the name of it, but the gaming greats. Like I think this is only on like the fan channel sites. Like you can't get this on Amazon or like Target or anything like that, but you can get it on Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, GameStop, and so on, I believe. But you have the Stormtrooper Commander, and this particular Stormtrooper, and I looked at the pictures, this one does have ankle rockers. Even though like up to a certain point they didn't have the ankle rockers on this Stormtrooper mold, this one does. And this one doesn't. At least if the pictures are true.
Yeah, that baffles me.
Yeah, like why not just switch them all? Unless maybe this one was already in production or something like a little while back. I don't know, but like why not switch them all?
Especially since especially since that one's at the higher price point. That heavy assault stormtrooper.
Yeah, these two are like 25, I think, and the others are 20 or not 25.
17.
A full. Oh, is it a full 17? Yeah.
Yeah, the other ones are 15. Like the Ahsoka one is $15.99.
Okay.
I'm looking at big bad prices, and this one and the heavy assault stormtrooper are $17.99.
Yeah. Yeah, give me the ankle rockers, because I have a ton of the stormtroopers. I love them, but if they make more and more with the rockers, I'll keep buying them because I'll want to upgrade.
Exactly.
And then the pipeline reveals HK-87. I think it's from a game. I'm not entirely sure about that droid. And then Luke from Mandalorian are pipeline figures. Let's see over here. Pre-ordered Mando, Anakin, and 2 gaming grades along with Leia in the security droid. That's quite a bit. I mean, I literally only pre-ordered the Death Watch, or the the Super Commando, the Maul, the Darth Maul Mando. That's the only one I ordered out of all this stuff. And I'm going to get to the Hot Toys, but I got
the Commando and then the heavy assault stormtrooper.
Okay.
I just couldn't ignore that.
If the heavy assault stormtrooper had the ankle rockers, I would have ordered 4 probably, but it didn't. So I didn't bother. Okay. Knights of the Old Republic. And then HK-47 is from Mando Season 2. Okay. Cool. And then going forward, they're going to have, I forget what they had last time. They had like the Boba Fett day once a week. Once the show kicks off, every Wednesday is going to be Obi-Wan Wednesdays. And all these different companies are going to be revealing a few little things each day. I doubt it'll be like every Wednesday a new Hasbro figure. Like if you remember last time, it was like, this week there's a Hasbro figure and a Funko Pop, and then the next week here's a T-shirt and a whatever. And I'm not sure if Sideshow and Hot Toys are involved in this. I kind of think they are, but I would imagine there could be some stuff there as well, like announced on these Wednesdays. That's why I think maybe the 25th is when we might see the the next 20th anniversary one from Hot Toys, although you would imagine it would be just all straight Obi-Wan stuff, but who knows.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for Star Wars stuff. And one other item, we have wave 2 of the TNG reaction figures from Super7. Pretty cool wave, and interestingly they have, I forget the thing's name and I can't zoom in and see it, but the weird tar monster thing that kills Tasha Yar, but no Tasha Yar yet. Otherwise, I think it's a pretty cool wave. I think it's a solid wave. It's just kind of weird that they have the thing that kills Tasha Yar and she hasn't been brought into it yet. But Riker, Geordi, Q, Crusher, Troy, and I forget the thing's name.
Wait a minute. Is it? Armus.
Armus, yeah. That's it.
Yeah. I had to blow the screen up. My eyes are...
I can't see it.
Dude, when I turned 45, my eyeballs crapped the bed and they've only gotten worse.
Man, I'll tell you what, my contact lenses, they just bother my eyes all the time. But I can't live without them. I have to wear them.
I work for the company that makes the best lenses on the planet. I have a pair of computer lenses. They're just in the bedroom and I'm too lazy to go get them. So that tells you all you need to know about me.
I do have Picard, thanks to Chris, who gifted me that for this Christmas. I will probably continue maybe getting 1 per wave. So I'll probably get Q from this wave. Is what I'm thinking. I've
been doing a similar thing with their Transformers line. This is not something I'd go all in on, but one of my neighbors got me one of them for a Christmas or a birthday when they first started doing the line. So now I've got a couple of Optimus Primes and a Megatron, and if I see something that I think's cool, I'll grab it. But I'm not going all in on it.
Yeah, yeah. If I went all in, it would be to crack them open and put them up on my shelf.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just don't have enough room. Okay. That was I actually just used my slideshow to make the thumbnail for my Instagram post. But I just wanted to do a couple things on the Master of the Hunt. So kind of before we sign, actually, let's just pull this down completely for now. So before we sign off for tonight, Target has, okay, back to Star Trek for a second. Target has most of Wave 1 on clearance right now. I'll have to stop by and see if my Target has any of those, because I don't think I saw them online. Okay, so we just got word, I think today, that the Mezco Batman and Two-Face pack, the classic comics version, is shipping soon. Like, people got their alerts. I didn't actually pre-order it. I did go on waitlist for it. I'm still kind of on the fence if I want to cancel that, but so that's going to be shipping soon. That was a pretty quick turnaround. And then the clear, red, and blue Storm Collectibles skeletons are actually, like, the emails went out for those from Big Bad Toy Store that those are shipping. So if you're looking for those, I think you can still grab them on Big Bad Toy Store. They're a lot though. They're $100. So, it's kind of a lot for the two skeletons, but they're pretty limited. Like, they're special edition type thing. So if you want them, grab them now. They'll probably ship in a week or two. And then speaking of Target, I've seen a lot of people finding the vintage collection Ahsoka and the Death Watch Mando. I'm trying to think of what else is in that wave, but like that next upcoming wave of vintage collection has been showing up at least at Targets, maybe some other places, and definitely like some people overseas have been picking them up. So be on the hunt for those as well. Check the chat here. I think we're good to go. Good stuff. Happy May the 4th. Happy Revenge of the 5th, right? That's today.
Yeah,
is there a 6th? Is there like something for the 6th?
I don't think so. I think that's just hangover post Cinco de Mayo day, and there's no clever rhyme that goes with that.
I
know that I love Cinco de Mayo because the gym was completely, it was like so empty tonight. Didn't have to wait on anything. I loved it.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. We actually got free tacos for teachers today. They rolled Teacher Appreciation Day, which was, I think, 2 days ago, into Cinco de Mayo at my work, and they gave us free tacos, which I was very appreciative of.
It's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, isn't it?
Thank you, Braku Prime. And thanks, everybody, for watching and joining the show. It was a little smaller, more intimate one tonight. I'm going to keep trying to go weekly. We'll definitely be back for the full podcast next week. Larry, are you going to be around next week? I can't remember.
Next week, I will not. I'm going to be in Scottsdale. My company's national meeting is next week. I'm going to be gone from Monday morning till Friday evening, so I will not be available.
Cool. So it'll be me and Chris, or he might be traveling too still. I'm not entirely sure, but we will still have a show. We'll find a way. Maybe we'll get Trevor back on here. And thanks for watching, everybody. And let me pull up our end screen here. And until next time, may the force be with you.
Night, guys.